Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kellen here from Starter Systems again, and welcome to another video in MX vs ATV All Out. Today, I'm continuing on with the 450 National Championship. I'm doing something a little bit more fun with it. I'm racing all these guys on a 125. The OEM two-strokes came out a couple weeks ago now, and the 125 is still mega OP comparatively to the 250 two-stroke, or really comparatively to any bike except the 450 or 500 in this game. So I decided to ride the 125 and have a little bit of fun with it in the meantime. I'm on the KTM 125, but the OEMs also have the YZ 125, which is the Yamaha, and the I think it's called the FC 125, which is the Husqvarna. But those are the two strokes available. Suzuki, Honda, and Kawasaki still do not make, and for a long time have not made, two strokes, so they did not include them in this game. So I'm going to shut up here for just a minute so you can listen to these sounds, because we're supposed to get new sounds in game pretty soon. They've been working on some new 125 and 252 stroke sounds that should be released within the next patch. I'm not sure when that patch will be released, but you can sit back and listen for just like a minute here to the current sounds of the 125, and you can make your own decisions on that, I guess, and hopefully we get some new ones. So that should give you a pretty good idea where we were at with the sounds before. Now, I have actually heard the new sounds. They posted a couple social media tweets and, Facebook comments or whatever, including videos of the new sounds. Specifically the 125 sounds. I haven't heard the 252 stroke sounds yet, but they do sound much better. The difference comparatively to these sounds is that those sounds are like recorded sounds, whereas I think that with these sounds they're trying to do the actual like systematic scaling of like a 125 going up and down through the gears, different ranges and stuff like that, where, I mean, anybody who's played a motocross video game from like 10 years ago knows what I'm talking about, where it's like a pre-recorded sound where it will just kind of make a, top to bottom end sound and bottom to top end sound, and it usually has like a rev limiter sound, maybe like a low-end bog sound, but that's pretty much it. There's usually like 4 or 5 sound waves that it just kind of replays over and over again as you shift through the gears and stuff. They might have more sound waves, but like I said, it does sound a little pre-recorded to me from what I've heard so far. So we really have to kind of wait and see to know officially whether that's the case or not. And honestly speaking, when this video comes out, the new sounds might already be available. So this is going to be pre-recorded by about a week and a half, maybe just a week. So I'm not 100% sure, like I said, when they'll release those new sounds. They haven't made an official announcement on it yet. But keep on the lookout, because let's be honest here, I think the two-stroke sounds definitely needed an update, and I'm glad that they're listening and taking feedback on that. Because this sounds like I don't know, I played on the two strokes day one of this game on a little live stream, and my chat when I was playing this game was pretty funny, coming up with some various comments about the 125 sounds. What it sounded like, what it was compared to, and I won't divulge into that, but you can make your own opinions on that, I suppose. One thing I still just don't get, though, and I haven't seen or heard anything official as to why this is, but why the 125s specifically are so dang good compared to other bikes. Like the 250F is no match for the 125 speed-wise and everything like that in this game, so I really don't get it. Like, I don't get why it's like that, why they decided to go that route per se. Maybe they're just all big time 125 fans, which, like, I don't know, can't blame them. 125s are rad. But the stats don't lie, like you can barely get a 252 stroke or a 250F for that matter out of the 2 or 3 range on everything: engine, traction, suspension, all the accolades that you can put on a bike in this game. But the 125s, like my handling is on like a 7. I think the engine's on like a 4, acceleration's on a 5 or a 6 as well. Suspension's also in the 5s. I just don't get it. The 450s are all about 5, 6, 7 range as well. So the 125 isn't necessarily better than them, but at least it's like kind of on par or pretty close to on par. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. I did deck out this 125 though. So a bone stock 125 maybe would be a little bit more of a match comparatively. This one I put a pipe on. I put upgraded suspension, upgraded engine, all aftermarket parts that you can put on it. Obviously I have the sweet setup, the Moto Option graphics, DID wheels. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's a part of this. I don't believe so. Look, it's Will Hahn. So now that I have all of the OEMs that are in this game, all the quads, all the 2-strokes, all the 4-strokes, one thing I'm working on doing is creating a bunch of Brop riders that are replicating this year's real riders. And I haven't even come close to finishing it yet because you need a lot of credits to kind of make it all realistic. But then I'm going to kind of go through, show you guys a video on what I did to like replicate them and then maybe race against them. We'll see. Be kind of cool. Just popped into my mind as I saw Will Hahn on the stock Rainbow 450, I think right there actually. Will Hahn obviously no longer a current pro, but he has been racing those 125 Dream Race Series things at the Nationals lately, which is kind of cool to see. He won Thunder Valley. He finished second at Hangtown. I'm sorry, third at Hangtown behind Villapoto and Aiden Tejero. Whoa! Somebody just got absolutely sent across the map and under my bike flying through the air. Trying to lay down some hot laps right now. You can go WFO all around the track on a 125, or really most bikes for that matter. I have not let off the throttle yet. You can scrub things down to like save speed and whatnot. I'm coming up short though. I just go wide open all the way around the track. It's a little annoying though, because then you take off and it has that blender sound. So I won't do that the whole video. That would just be flat out annoying, wouldn't it? You guys would be like, I'm turning this crap off. Let off the gas, idiot. And I would be like, you're right, I probably should, huh? MCR, Moto Concepts Racing banner. That's kind of cool to see. It's really cool to see all the real-life companies that get behind games like this. I mean, as they should. It's a fantastic marketing ploy or source to be a part of these games, because it's, you know, getting their brand on several eyes, but more importantly, young eyes. So when anywhere, you know, a range of 5 to 15-year-old, you know, kids that are playing these games that, you know, either their dad's buying their bikes now or they're about to buy their own bikes, maybe they notice companies from this game and that helps them make their decisions sometimes, I would assume, on what they should get, what they should buy. That's why it always amazes me sometimes, especially in MXGP and Monster Energy Supercross, the game I've seen this, that there's some gear companies that don't get involved with it. Like, why? I would imagine that you know, to be a sponsor and have your own gear in this game probably isn't outrageously expensive. But like Alias, for example, is going out of business and they're in this game. So clearly they figured that this would be a good, you know, marketing play. I don't think that this, you know, paying to have their stuff in this game put them out of business, but I'm sure it put some eyes on their company a little bit more. So I just don't get it. Like, if you're a gear company, and if you work for a gear company and you watch these videos, maybe allude to me why it would be a good idea not to market your brand in this game, other than cost. if it's strictly a cost thing, like I can understand maybe some really small market gear companies looking at you know, you name it, glove company or goggle company that is only selling those instead of selling like Fox does everything. But if it's beyond budget, I'd be curious to know why, you know, like is it really they just don't find the value in it? They just don't think advertising to a younger generation is important? Be curious to know. Alright, I think I'm gonna do 4 of these races today, and maybe another 4 another time, because I'm about 2 races away from halfway in this championship, so maybe that'll get me exactly halfway today, and we'll call it a day. Do Amber Ridge next. So it's really just to show off the OEM KTM 2-strokes and really just kind of talk about the fact that there are 2-strokes available. I got all of my OEM bikes, not all of them, but most of them in bundle packs, and they were discounted on the Steam store. I'm not sure if they're discounted on Xbox Marketplace or the PlayStation store, but at least on the Steam store they were discounted, so I actually ended up snagging a pretty sweet deal to get most of the bikes. Like, I don't think I spent even close to the, you know, $2.99 per machine thing that had been going on when they initially released DLC. So again, not sure if that was like a sale or if they're doing it all across the board. But they are going to have the updated 2-stroke sounds, and I think they're also going to have a couple other things coming fairly soon. They're talking about new maps, which I heard a little bit through the vines, and then they also talked about some new game modes, bringing back some old game modes. And sort of loosely from that, I'd gather that they might be considering adding vehicles, but not going to swear to that. But game modes might be coming back, some more game modes that people did like from past games, you name it, that wasn't included. They have like tag and a couple other things mixed into this game already, but I'm sure they're going to explore other opportunities. Oh, that was a big scrub. I hope that when they come out with new DLC tracks that it's not just Supercross. Personally, I think that they need some new nationals already. Like, I'm a little over some of these national tracks. Not that they're terrible, but I think they could have been better, so I'd like to see some more of them. Obviously, more Supercross tracks would be cool too, but I'm a nationals guy. I like the outdoors more so than Supercross, so... Whoop. Jumping off the track there. I do like this track, though. This track, I feel, has a pretty good flow to it. There's a couple sections I don't like, but I do like some of this little back and forth stuff that they got going, like some rhythm sections, some nice flowy tabletops. This little like double, triple section in the back is kind of fun. And they followed up with a pretty fast like step down jump right here. Kind of cool. I like it. 10 out of 10. Would whip it again. I just think that they overall need to at least release a couple national tracks that really do feel like national tracks. Like these, honestly, some of these tracks feel like they just kind of built a few random jumps and then laid banners around an area and called it a track. Which is like, whatever, cool beans, I guess. But I would like to see more like actual national looking type tracks. Who knows, maybe we'll see those and I'm just kind of feeding an idea they already have. Yeah, it's a little too easy to beat all these 450 guys on a 125. Like, where are y'all at? I do have this on hard difficulty, so I can perhaps understand a little bit why these guys aren't that close to me, but I still wish that they were. Still wish I had a battle. Like Mike Brown in this, just 125 ripping it up. Mike Brown was so good on a 125. James Stewart was definitely better. Alright, dropping into the finish line. Another race completed. Let's get another big whipper tail off. Nice. So we're gonna do one more. Hey, these guys are still racing in the background, and we got a podium going up on here. So I had the whole shot. Got a nice, comfortable lead. Let's do Coconut Beach and Iron Hill, and we'll call it a video. What do you guys say? Sound like a plan? Get it, got it, good. So back to Emerald Key, doing some Coconut Beach. So once I'm done with the 450 Nationals, which is obviously what I'm doing now, the next step is going to be 250 East and West Supercross and 450 Supercross. That's kind of the order it goes in the championship, like events that you can unlock at least. So hopping back down onto the 250F after I've completed this championship, and we're going to do some Supercross, which I haven't done a whole lot of in this game yet. Still pretty fresh with the whole Supercross thing, but it seems pretty fun. Seems a little bit, in my opinion, more fun than motocross, just because the physics work a little bit better with it. Motocross is, I don't know, you just can go too wide open everywhere, whereas in Supercross you do have to work on the technical aspects. I just land outside, never let off the gas, just kind of get into the corner and rip it. I also feel like hard landings in this game, particularly on flat ground where there's, you know, it's not like you're casing a jump, it just kills your momentum too much in this game. I kind of wish it wasn't that way. Still haven't let off the throttle. Oh, that's a crowd. Blew the corner just a little bit. Just a bit outside. One in the books, 2 to go. Coconut Beach or ripping. Be a pretty cool, you know, if this environment was somewhere in real life, which there's some that are similar, but not really the same. But if this environment existed in real life, it'd be pretty cool to actually have a track on it, I would say. A mixture of like sand and a little bit of hard packed due to some kind of clay-based hills on the side. Then you get down towards the beachy areas and it gets sandier. Like, I feel like this section coming up here, you can kind of see, not right here, but right here, coming down out here, it's a little bit sandier looking because you're right by the water. Not that I think that affects like traction or anything, but it's kind of a visual aspect change. Brr, brr. I think two strokes will universally be the noise people make when they're talking about dirt bikes or jumps or whatever. And you're sitting there at the track with your friends and you're like, yeah, you just hit it in third gear. You just brrr. Like, nobody can really make a good 4-stroke noise. I kind of can. I'm going to try. Hold on. Nah, I can't do it anymore. I used to do it when I was I used to be able to do it when I was younger. It's kind of like a noise you have to make with your tongue rattling. Anyway, everybody, it's just so simple. You just brrr, brrr, and that's clearly not a 4-stroke noise. It's like the motocross is equivalent to that surfboard dude, where he's like, just dropping off the lip, whoop-ah, just get absolutely pitted. People instead, they're like, hey, you just come out of the corner, you're just like, good old motocross. Fun times. Scrub it up. Didn't get the scrub off. It's not the easiest thing to scrub in this game. You really do have to time it right, which is kind of nice because it's a little bit more technical in that aspect. Like, to get a good clean scrub off, which I'm not going to try to do on that jump because I didn't have the speed. Maybe the finish line jump I'll do. You kind of have to, you know, really arc into it well. Get the bike leant over on the takeoff enough that it will actually stay low. So that's kind of cool that, technically speaking, they did make it so scrubbing like that, it has to be done correctly. One thing I don't get is if you land on the rear wheel at all in this game, it slides. Like when you land, it'll just start sliding one direction. I do not get that. I don't know why it does that or what the point of that is necessarily. But I wish that was something that they would fix, because there's oftentimes that like I'll throw a big whip or a scrub and try to land maybe a little rear wheel heavy to get the power back down to the ground, and the rear end just slides out. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so what am I, 4 for 4 with hole shots on this 125 against the 450s? I mean, come on, boys. I know I'm not on all-time mode. I'm on hard, but make it a little bit more of a challenge. So this is the track that comes with the compound that you basically start on. I forget the name of it, but it's just tucked up into the hills nicely here. Kind of forget that this track even exists on this compound unless you just go find it. Iron Hill. And up over the finish line, lap numeral uno down. 2 to go. Did a 48-second lap time, so obviously this track is quite short. Carrying our momentum, hitting the ruts cleanly. That's how you gotta do it. Getting my whips down a little bit better too, kind of slowly coming back to me. So off and on playing this game. Ooh, up. Don't you be sliding out. I'm watching you. I'm walking here. Alright, and coming to 2 laps in the books, so we're coming down to the end of this video because I only got 1 lap to go in it. And that was awful quick. 142, so we did another 40. We did 48 to start too, so to get to 142 you had to do a 53. Oh, duh, it says it right there. 54 actually is what you'd had to have done, but I guess the tenths of a seconds make a difference. And we're coming down to the finish line, so I hope you guys enjoyed another little 2 smoking video here, 450 National style. Got 5 of these Nationals left to go, so I'll probably do another video in it, and maybe I'll actually ride 450s that time, the OEMs. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in all of our future videos here on the channel. But for now, my name is Kellen, and I'll see you guys in the next one.